emergency video, we've got Bitcoin breaking out of this symmetrical triangle pattern which we've been monitoring. What is the price target on this move? Is this a move I'm trusting? Or is this a huge trap being set up by the bears? We're going to go through the key levels, smash some likes, don't forget to subscribe if you want to trade any of the moves we're going to go through here or any cryptocurrencies in general. Bybit, Mexi, links in description. Those are affiliate links which support the channel. Check those out indeed. Now, symmetrical triangle pattern. Over the weekend, fake out to the downside. Never trust a weekend pump, right? Always thin volumes. Now we come to start the week, and yesterday you started seeing a little bit of bullish intent, and finally, boom, a couple of hours ago, nice big breakout out of the symmetrical triangle. Is it supported by volume? Yes, better volume than the previous candlestick. So this is a nice breakout, and if you caught that breakout, congratulations to you guys. I was sleeping, so I didn't catch this breakout, but again, it follows the structure that we see. Now, the bigger question we have outside of that is, what about the bigger move? Right? Where could this bigger move goes to? Well, as Beyonce told us, and don't forget, Beyonce is the best technical trader there is. I know that sounds ludicrous, but look to the left. Look to the left, you see the pivot point. You've broken through it. Second pivot point is exactly where we're getting rejected. Look at that. Let me zoom in. Look at exactly that candle wick here. That is exactly getting rejected at this pivot point at 27.5. Where's the next level? If we can break through 27.5, then you go to the top of the wedge. Top of the wedge brings you to 28,200. Right? But no, the target doesn't stop there. Then you can take the measured move, which is like this, and you apply it to the point of breakout, and that's where you get your full target from the symmetrical triangle, which, did I plan this? No. Look where it coincides with our horizontal support at 28,900. You can call it 29,000, right? That's the price target from this full breakout if we get a full breakout to the upside. Do I think that's going to happen? It's very difficult. We are against the trend right here, and we need to understand what's going on. Now, I'm going to zoom out on the bigger time frames to give you some perspective, because on the bigger time frames, we're still in a downward trend, right? Lower highs, we've seen that. But on the shorter time frame, you need to understand that when you have a triangle like this, what can happen? Just like we've shown you, when you fake out to the downside, you can move to the upside. Yes, that can happen. But you can also have a retest. Maybe it wants to retest before then trying to go higher. Okay, that's one option. The other option, it could do something like this, liquidate all the over-eager longs that start to take positions today because they're like, oh, look, we're breaking out, we're going to 29,000, and it could start trending back to the downside. So be very, very careful of these fake outs. You've got to be very, very careful. If you're going to trade, you want to sniper the entries and you want to get them nice and quickly. If you're waiting for a retest, then absolutely that's a smart way to go about it. Wait for a retest before then taking it on the move back to the upside. That's what we're looking out for here. Now, why am I not trusting this completely? Well, the reason I can't trust this completely is we continue to be in a downward trend. And the best way to show you this is this channel. Look at this channel here. This is the channel we're in. So yes, you can argue, okay, maybe we want to work our way to the top of the channel. Is that possible? If so, that brings you to that 29,000 level as well. But there's a bunch of different resistances, and we need to be very, very careful because a lot of resistance can start to come in from that EMA ribbon. And it's this EMA ribbon which provides all the pain right now. If we can get above this EMA ribbon, then I start to get really excited, because what that then will signal is we're back above our EMA ribbon, which is not far away from where we're at now. To get above our EMA ribbon, we just need to get to 27.8, let's call it. So we're about $400-500 away from that, because the EMA ribbon is so jumbled up right now. If we can quickly get back above it over the next day or two, then we can work our way to the top of the channel. Now, why would that be exciting? Think about it, guys. What did I share with you over the last couple of days? We are forming this enormous cup and handle pattern. Now, in order to break out of a cup and handle pattern and go fulfill our price targets of 45,000, I shared this in my previous videos, we have to break from the handle bit, which is this channel we're in. And if I zoom back down to that channel we're in order to break through this, we've got to first work to the top, then break out. Okay, so we need to work the way to our top. We then need to break out, go past the neckline at 30, and start working our way to 45. So a lot to be done here. We've first got to reclaim our EMA ribbon, get past our EMA ribbon here, work our way to the top towards 29, break here, work our way to 30. So we're against the trend right now, which is why very short term, I just want to be patient on that symmetrical triangle breakout. Longer term, this is the game plan we're playing on. I'm working on this cup and handle pattern as our longer term game plan, and that's what we're working with. Now, of course, what are we seeing here? It's very interesting that this week has opened up green so far. Now, there's a lot more to go this week. I mean, let's just put into context what's going on. We know that McCarthy and Biden have sat down and they've spoken again about the debt ceiling, and they said they had a productive and professional chat. The president and I know the deadline, so I think we're going to talk every day until we get this done. The question is when are they going to get it done? The deadline is 10 days from now on June the 1st, which is the earliest date that the US could technically default. Now, the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, keeps coming out as she's supposed to and saying, guys, please sort this out. Stop fighting, right? Stop fighting between yourselves. Sort this out. We're going to default on our payments. We won't be able to meet our obligations, right? But they're still not sorting it out. And the question is going to be, are they going to leave it to, the day before, the hour before? Are they going to sort it out today or tomorrow? It's that difference that's going to be encouraging for the markets. So if they can sort it today, tomorrow, even the next day, with 7-8 days to go, markets will feel quite buoyant about that. We can rotate risk on. Remember we spoke about that yesterday? If you didn't watch my breakdown yesterday, go watch that, because we go into the dollar index. The dollar index is the primary measure of whether risk in the market is on or off. When risk is off, Bitcoin doesn't do well, which is why we're inversely correlated to the dollar index. Okay, that's very important. But it doesn't stop there. We've still got a crazy week. We had a bunch of Fed officials speak yesterday. You had Bullard the Hawk coming out saying we need 2 more rate hikes, right? Being ever hawkish as he always is. But nobody cares. He's not even a voting member, right? You then had Kashkari saying the banking crisis is worse than we thought, and that maybe he's trying to, subliminally set up that we might have to pause, right? But he even said that if we pause, we can still raise it again the month after. No, you're not, right? You're not going to do that. Your credibility is ruined already. When you pause, you're going to have to just keep pausing and then eventually cut. So if you're going to keep raising rate hikes, you got to do it now. If you want to do one more, you're just going to have to do it now. You can't pause and then turn it back on. You're going to show the market that you have no idea what you're doing. Okay? More Fed officials to speak today, which is a gentleman called Logan, Fed Logan. Tomorrow, FOMC minutes, they're going to be important. Thursday, we get a preliminary reading of GDP. And then Friday, we get the Fed's preferred measure of inflation, PCE. So what I'm saying is, expect a lot of volatility, right? Expect a lot of volatility this week, which is why I wouldn't be gung-ho chasing this breakout just now. It's nice that we're having a breakout. It's nice that we're having a 1.8% move here on Bitcoin. That's good. It's a nice structure. And hopefully we can work our way towards 29 at the price target of this pattern. But the trend continues to be lower highs. We have resistance at 29, right? You've got, first I showed you the resistance at the EMA ribbon. Then you got resistance at this line here, which is 27.8. Then you got resistance at 29. Then you got resistance at 30. Then you got resistance at 31. So Bitcoin's got a lot of work to do here in order to nullify the move to the downside. That's very important here. But it's encouraging that we are seeing a response from where? From our EMA ribbon. It's nice that we're getting a green candle. So far, I mean, if this continues, obviously, like I said, there's a lot going on this week. But if this structure was to continue for the rest of this week and we finish this week out green, that's a really good week. Why? Because 2 weeks ago, we wicked all the way down to 25,800. Last week, we had a slightly better week. We only fell as low as 26.3. This week, we're opening it up green. This is good. This is a nice reversal here. We're showing that the bears are weakening out. What we don't want to do is have a weak end to this week, driving us back towards that EMA ribbon. Remember, we're trying to bounce from this EMA ribbon and go beat 31. That's the aim of the game on the weekly chart. So, very important breakout right now. Let's also take a look at the head and shoulders pattern, which we were monitoring, because that's an important pattern for us to keep an eye on as well. And what you'll notice here is it's still in play, right? The difficulty with head and shoulders pattern is you have to invalidate the neckline. So Bitcoin needs to get above that 28,000 level mark to invalidate this. So the bearish targets continue to remain in play, right? Even if you look at this symmetrical triangle, it's still in play technically, right? But if you want to invalidate it, you need to get above the apex and start working your way up. Now, what's interesting about the move today, which is getting me a little bit suspicious here, is that the dollar index is having another green day. Remember, the dollar index is inversely correlated to crypto. This shows us that risk is rotating off. So today is another day, a big green candle here so far, that's showing that risk is rotating off. And yet Bitcoin is saying, I'm going to move 1.8%. Now, if you look at the traditional markets, and let's take a quick look here at the pre-market, we want to see, does the pre-market show us the same pattern? Well, the pre-market is hovering slightly red, if not flat, right? Pretty much flat across the indices here. So you've got flat across the indices, markets are nervy about this debt ceiling, you've got the dollar index climbing up, which is showing that risk is rotating off. And yet Bitcoin here is deciding to have a fake out. These are all red flags for me when things don't quite marry up. So what I will be looking for here, particularly on the shorter time frame, is I will be looking for a pullback. Now, maybe this video won't age well, but I want to see, does this pull back? Because RSI is pretty oversold now. We're getting to the top side, particularly on the hourly chart. You can see we have topped out here. Will it come down to look for a retest? If it does retest, that's what I want to be looking out for, but I don't want to be falling for a trap which does this. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you appreciate these quick emergency updates, smash the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the links in the description if you trade, Bybit, Mexi, practice with some lunch money. If you're new to crypto, it doesn't have to be anything special. Get a bit of lunch money, get $5 or $10 that you would have spent on a Starbucks coffee or something, and practice a skill which can stay with you for life. Go watch my TA course that is going to be taken down on Skillshare. Yep, they cancelled me. They're taking down my course. You can go watch that video on my channel where it says I got cancelled. But I'm going to figure out where to put that TA course. But for now, you have a couple of days or however long they decide. They said it's going to stay up till the end of May in the email they sent me. So click the link. If it works, go watch the TA course for free. Otherwise, I'm going to have to self-host it, which may result in a charge on that course as well. So definitely take advantage. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.